One thing that is very different between Brazil and China is China has always a plan and it follows the plan. In Brazil, a lot of times we don't have plans.
How do you view the relations between China and Brazil?
China has been the major trading partner for Brazil since 2009.
Just simple words for communication, then you
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah. So, and another really important one, 洗手间在哪里?
So before you come to China, what do you do in Brazil?
I graduated from a bachelor's degree in 2022, and by the last semester I started working. In the same company I stayed working until right before coming to China, and then I stopped working with them directly and I became a service provider. The main company I was working for, they were doing some things on the financial market, investment funds. Yeah, investment funds can summarize it nicely.
Working in the invest fund sounds like a very decent job, but why you come to China? What motivates you?
That strategy of business didn't pan out. So the company went to some restructuring. I stayed with the company. Some people got dismissed of the company, but I stayed with them. And one of the partners, Larissa Varros, she is an advisor for the former as well Minister of Agriculture. And she helped the former Minister of Agriculture setting the China desk in the Ministry of Agriculture. And she has a lot of experience in China. She's still the partner. I still provide services with her. I still keep a close contact with her. And she's lived in China for, I think, 10 years. She graduated from Renmin University as well in 2013. And in Beijing. So she loves China. She really loves China. So she always was doing some business regarding Brazil and China besides the business that she was doing. And she was always presenting me with these opportunities to come to China ever since I got there. So I always had this good perspective of China, because before meeting Larissa, I didn't know about China. The only thing that I knew about China was that it was really far away. And
you never ever think about you'll be in China one day?
No, never. I had no idea. I had no idea. I never imagined it in my life. Never, ever. But when I came to China, I saw how friendly the people are, how culture is very deep, how old the whole country is, the whole society is, many dynasties for 5,000 years, right? So it is very, very
impressive.
Very impressive, and it's like many great things. And I see all the tall buildings, all the incredible presentations, all the amazing infrastructure. The last time I went to Brazil, there was this huge roadway that was in the middle of building. And I came back and was finished in less than 2 months. In Brazil, that would take years to finish. And so the
That's
efficiency,
we call China speed.
Yeah, the efficiency of China is impressive. One thing that I really like, one thing that is very different between Brazil and China is China has always a plan, and it follows the plan. In Brazil, a lot of times we don't have plans, and then we create some plan out of nowhere, and then we don't follow it. And we're just like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. This is the date. We have to push something out, and then a bunch of times leads to things like not going that well. And also, people being lazy doesn't help.
And how do you view the reason? Is that because of the culture difference, or is it because of our other way, like
difference between Brazil and China?
Yeah.
It's a myriad of reasons. Many reasons. Chinese people were always hardworking, in my perspective, because life was always difficult. I think it has a historical perspective to it. Life was always a little difficult, to say the least.
Because we have the most population all among the world.
Yeah, it's very competitive over
here.
here.
It is very competitive.
Yeah, and
not
also,
only China, but all East Asia. East Asia are very hardworking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But And also having the history of 5,000 years, so you're able to learn from your past.
From history.
From history,
Yeah.
exactly. In Brazil, the country was discovered 500 years ago. And then a bunch of immigrants just went to Brazil, so that there's not even that many indigenous people anymore over in the country. And the thing is, ever since people went to Brazil, the land is really fertile. If you just drop some seeds, everything grows.
Your life been so
Life
easy.
is easy. Life is easy, and
Laid
it's very
back.
bountiful. There's always a lot of food, and Brazil always made a lot of money through exporting commodities. Previously, when Brazil was discovered by the Portuguese people, was gold, and then sometime after it was coffee, and then sometime after it sugar and sugarcane. So it was always commodities. It was always planting things, gathering them, and selling them.
You're very resourceful
Very resourceful, exactly.
with your mining and agriculture. These are actually the main aspect, main industry in Brazil
yes,
for
exactly,
import
exactly.
and export.
More than 80% of all exports to China are iron ore and soy. These days, exports to Brazilian exports to China have increased a little bit. Cellulose, meats. I don't think critical mineral, petrol, oil.
Yeah.
Oil has also increased, and it's very important. But since it is a commodity-based export and it is really rich in commodities, it is easy. You know, Brazilian people got used to it, and there was never a culture of hard workship, I guess you could say. So it's different cultural aspects.
Is that a challenge to you when you come to China?
Yes.
People are so hardworking. Is that
Oh,
a challenge
no.
to
That
you?
is a challenge to me in Brazil. Because I want to get stuff done in Brazil. And sometimes people just don't want to work. And in China, people wanting to work, I'm like, nice, let's do some work. Because I like getting things done, you know? So, yeah. So I think it's easier for me in China. So, you have to do the thing by tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. And then do the thing for tomorrow, and then that's the thing. So I am able to do everything. So the hard work part is not that challenging. It was a little challenging.
What is the most challenging things when you're in China?
The language, because
Yeah, how do you survive here if you don't speak any Chinese? Translating, AI translation.
No, not even just the translation, but everything. I mean, at least on the eastern part of China, where I've been most of the time, I know that is not all of China. That is 20% of China in territory, because you can draw the line between 20-80% of China territory population. So,
you know the line. We call it 胡换庸县.
Yeah. During the course,
line,
we heard about it. I just forget the names because there's too many new things, too many names. And I've been focusing on renminbi internationalization, so I know those names. But since I've been most of the time, all the time actually, in Eastern China, everything is very digitalized. Most of the time, I don't even need to talk to anyone. I can just get Alipay, scan the QR code, ask for food. Food comes, I don't need to say anything, eat the food, leave.
Life is so convenient here.
It's so convenient.
Without even know a Chinese word. Because we have pictures on the menus.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes there is the translation even in when you want to order something, there is even the translation. Sometimes it doesn't work, but still there are pictures of it.
Oh.
And a bunch of times, if I just want something, I can just point in a jiga, iga jiga, and then done.
Just simple words for communication, then you will survive.
Yeah. So, and another really important one, 洗手间在哪里?
I think Brazil is the most important business partners in Latin America with China. How do you view the relations between China and Brazil?
They are on an all-time high right now. They've never been better. Like exactly at this point, they've never been better. China has been the major trading partner for Brazil since 2009. But people in Brazil are being concerned these days about dependency on China. So they're trying to diversify the international market. They're trying to look, it's the same thing China is doing because it also feels dependent on Brazil soy or Brazilian meat. That is exactly why I think it was earlier this year or late last year that they set not only for Brazil but for everyone quotes on how much meat each country can export to China. So, and Brazil already reached half of that quota like last month. So it's not even the middle of the year, and Brazil is already exporting too much. So there are many opportunities for cooperation, and that goes back to the relationship between the two countries. The relationship of the two countries, it's been great. We had a dip on how good the relationship was going during Bolsonaro's term because he was favoring the US a lot. But even Bolsonaro saw the importance of China for Brazil, mainly in agriculture and mineral, which are the commodity sector is the one that keeps the trade balance of Brazil above on the green, I guess you could say, on the positive, so on the surplus. That's the right word for it. So by the end of Bolsonaro's administration, he even went back on the things that he was saying and got back to negotiating with China again, even though it was a little bit. But then Lula got elected again, and he's really in favor of China and doing business with China and approving of China altogether. So that facilitated many aspects, many agreements. In the last 3 years, I think, over 80 bilateral agreements were signed between the two countries.
As the overseas students who studied in China and you're going back to Brazil, what is your plan next? I see like you view there's a lot of opportunities in the future for the two countries, for the business part, for the business you might be doing. So what is your plan for the next maybe 3 to 5 years?
I am applying for a PhD in China.
Wow.
At Renmin University. And the PhD is online. So I will be coming to China. And at Renmin University again.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I already have my one-person company in Brazil. I'm already providing services with the companies that I was working before. But I am a part of their company indirectly, since we do partnerships and I am actively working with them. So when I go back to Brazil, I will be with my own company.
That you are one-person company, like doing consultant business? This kind of similar?
That is going to be one of the things that I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Yes. And I even have a consultancy company here in China that they want me to provide business to them in Brazil, and they even want to sponsor me in Brazil while opening my own company over there.
How do you view one-person company will be part of this big networking? Like your role in the sector will be a one-person company providing business consultancy services to all these big agencies, or you're going to be just partnership with them?
Because of laws and regulations in Brazil, it's a little bit of both, but that's because of laws and regulations in Brazil. I will have my one-person company. That's not going to change. Even if with the asset management company hiring me, I will still be hired by them as a one-person company. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I will have, in one example, my own website, my own business card. I might join the group as a partner, which is a thing that I need to talk to them about. But I will be providing other services to other people while also being hired by the asset management company.
And definitely, South America is our biggest destination, and as well as Brazil is the most important partners, like export, import, trading partners. So your opportunities might be from China enterprises going to overseas because you're more understanding the culture there. Yeah.
Exactly. That is the point. But and also
Yeah.
for big investments as well, because there is great potential since the whole AI and data centers is a big situation right now. It's very interesting. It's growing a lot.
Yeah.
In Brazil, there is a great potential to install green data centers, where the data centers would use green energy, sustainable energy,
Yeah.
to cool down the data centers. So it is not. So it would help China to achieve its sustainable goals at the same time. So, and that is one thing that is currently being talked about in high-level forums. An example, the one that I went to, and I helped. I was in the organizing team as well in the China-Brazil Economic Forum, second version. I worked on the first and the second one, and in the first one it was talked about this, and the second one in early March, not late March this year, was also talked about this. How there's great potential for China to invest in Brazil, not only in green data centers, but also for there's a lot of interest for China in critical minerals and Brazil, but mainly one big aspect that China is interested in, that Brazil is interested in China. It has been talked about in BRICS parliamentary meetings, is infrastructure projects, waterway projects, ports, and especially railways. China has, in my perspective,
The best in the world. The
it is,
ability
yeah,
for
it's the best in the world.
the fundamental
it is the
constructions.
largest one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing, and it knows so well how to do it.
But last but
That's
not the
life.
least, I would like you to give us a suggestion for those people who want to start running a one-person company. From your point of view, from your perspective, what would you say to them? What would you suggest them?
The best advice that I could tell people is start first working for a company where you provide the services that you will provide in your one-person company. So you already have some money coming in, and then start, if you don't have an exclusivity clause on your contract with that company, start providing and open up your one-person company on the side, and then start getting some contracts in your one-person company while you're still working at that company. Because if you don't have enough reserves and you just start a one-person company, you will probably break. You will probably default, and you probably won't make enough money to just maintain your business or just to have good food and eat good. You know.
That's very good suggestion.
So,
it's like very basic principle for business. You have to get your money, get your cash flow, get your clients first.
Yes, exactly.
Then you make your own you make your own living by this,
exactly.
and then you're doing a one-person company.
Yes, exactly. Then you establish, and you can even provide services to your previous company. If you're so important to them that you're essential, they cannot change you, and then you'll become their partner instead of their employee. So, and that is one thing that I would recommend to everyone starting their own business.
Thank you so much, and we wish you the best for your own one-person company to be established and to get more clients and earn more money.
Yeah, hopefully. I also
Thank you.